Life is a storm, my young friend. You will bask in the sunlight one moment, be shattered on the rocks the next. What makes you a man is what you do when that storm comes. You must look into that storm and shout as you did in Rome. Do your worst, for I will do mine. Then the fates will know you as we know you, as Albert Mondego, the man.
That's the quote. And O'Brien, I know you know this quote. It's one of your all-time favorite movies. We've been best buds for a long time, and you made me watch this in college. How does this clip, and why does this clip fire you up so much as a man? And how does it relate to a real and authentic Christian experience of life?
I think the reason why I love that quote in particular so much is because, first of all, it has a sense of authenticity to it. I remember the first time I showed it to you was about 4 months or so after I first saw the movie, and it was during a very difficult time of life for me. My dad was battling a very difficult mental illness. He had been battling it for quite some time, and here I was, a relatively young man, seeking to pursue faith, to pursue God, and I found myself in a very difficult situation taking care of my father. And so when I saw that quote, I realized I'm not alone. I'm not the only one going through a very difficult battle of life. And I honestly felt like I was on the rocks. I was shattered on the rocks. And so number one, I think that there's a sense of authenticity to it because it corresponded to my experience just as a man.
Right.
And looking back at 36, it's even corresponded more so over the years. There are times in the faith life when you do feel like you're basking in the sunlight and it's joy and it's peace. And there are other times when all you can feel is the salt water coming in your mouth and you feel like you're shattered on the rocks. And the second reason why I love that quote is because it came from, if you've seen the movie, Edmond Dantes, who had just come from a living hell the last 10 years. And after his living hell in the prison, for which he was unjustly accused of a crime he didn't commit, so he was sent to prison. Instead of coming out into the world and being a bull in a china shop and being a crazy man, he had this peace and serenity because of what he had experienced and opened an entire aspect of wisdom, a point of view of wisdom that he was to share with this young man. And I actually took a lot of great comfort and consolation that even though that was a movie, I know that there are men in this world, I've met some of them who have been through hell and back, and they've learned something, and they've been able to give me a point of view that I don't think I would have learned had they not been through that difficult experience.
Yeah, that's excellent. We're going to be back for 2 more weeks to talk about just that, the storms of life with John.
Awesome.
Thank you. We'll be back next week.